Hey, it's Second Soundwave, and this is the part where I'd say that I'm unboxing the Astraea Type F. Unfortunately, I'm not quite doing that because I lost the unboxing video. It was on my hard drive died, long story. Basically, I debagged the kit and was ready to build it, and I thought, hey, you know what, I should try to throw something together anyway. So, we're going to be taking a close-up look at the individual sprues here. So, let's get on with it. We're going to be starting this off with the A sprue, which is the first of the sprues to be carried over from the original Exia mold. This is molded in a sort of dark bull's blood red, to quote the name used for the Lego pieces of that color, as well as clear and yellow. Now, the yellow parts are not used in this kit, and in fact, about 3/4 of the parts in this sprue, at least, if not more, never even see the light of day. You only use, like, most of these clear parts, bottoms of the feet. I think there's, like, a couple parts like those two. I think, like, those. That, maybe. I think there's just a few parts you use. You don't use the giant single color shield. You don't use the shoulders, the back of the sword. You don't use the GN drive port. Don't use the old abdomen and shoulder parts. You don't use the old face. Pretty much none of this is reused. But there is some cool stuff here, and it's great for modding. Which is part of why I got this, because you basically get 2 full armor sets in one kit. The B sprue is another carryover from Exia, and this one you actually use a fair bit of the parts on. I mean, some things you don't use. You don't use the GN sword long and short. You don't use the toothpick beam saber, which is all red. You don't use the head parts, but like these arm parts, these knee parts, thigh parts, these are all used. Now this is the B1 sprue. The B2 sprue is one of the repair 2 parts. You don't get that one, so you don't get the better hip design, which is a bit unfortunate. If it came with this, it would be like the ultimate Exia, but unfortunately you don't get that. But you do get a good spread of parts, so not too bad. And the last of the sprues to be carried over from the Exia is the C sprue. Now, this is molded in a grayish brown and is actually made out of ABS, as you can see up there, which surprised me because I didn't know they did that for high grades. This contains inner sort of pseudo-frame parts. You got hands, you get an extra open hand, which is neat, as well as the sword and shield parts, which remain unused. Handle for the shield and sword, I think. Knee parts. These are all just sort of inner skeletal pieces. Pretty cool. And finally, we're moving on to the new stuff. This is the F sprue. Now, I'm not sure if there were D&D sprues on, like, the Exia Repair or something like that, but anyway, F sprue. That's the first new one, quite fitting considering the name of the mobile suit. See if I can pan this out a bit. Okay. Trans green for the Gundam hammer as well as the visor. All this stuff's going to be used. We have the new back part, the new torso, the new collarbones, both new crests. You get a few options. Just a bunch of stuff down here, shoulders, a bunch of weapons, so you get like a rifle, bazooka, a new sword, new shield, all sorts of great stuff. And finally you get sprue G1. This sprue is the only one that is exclusive to this kit, which means that if you get the standard non-Type F Astraea, you will not get this sprue. So you will not get the handguns, or the holsters, or the missile pod, or the hammer, the bazooka. All of those would not be included. However, this is the Type F, so it does include them. And then there's basically just all the other stuff. You got a pair of flat, long beam sabers, a moderately small polycap sprue, a surprisingly large sticker sheet, and a bendy wire for the mace. Now, I've had some bad experience with these lately, with the Blitz Gundam, as you saw in that video. Not sure how this one's going to come out, so I'm going to have to build that up and see how it works. So, that's pretty much what you get with the Astraea Type F. Again, since I debagged the parts before I did this video, I'm not counting this as an unboxing, just say it's like a plate overview or something. Well, anyway, don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoyed this. I'm Second Soundwave. I'll see you when this thing's built.